Hi Apartment Therapy, my name is Justine and welcome to my one bedroom on the Upper East Side. Come on in. My name is Justine Berger and this is my little dog Bootsie. I work from home, so this space has multi-uses. Being a full-time copywriter, my passion and a little bit of a side hustle is that I'm also a painter. I paint scenes of New York City and I call them love letters to New York City. At this point, over 60 New York City paintings. I don't like blank walls. I love this idea of living in a gallery. And so over the last several years, I've just donned every single wall with a piece of art. I have created this gallery wall here of pieces that I've painted and pieces that I've collected from vintage and consignment stores. A good way to indicate which ones are mine versus ones that I bought is that the ones that are mine are not framed. The inspiration that I got for designing this particular space was when I was in France. I visited Monet's house in Giverny, and his house has this beautiful just array of his paintings in canvas just in his living room, and they're just all over. And I thought it was so beautiful and magnificent looking, and I wanted to kind of recreate that in my own space. So in this instance, I started with a large piece, and then I fit that into the space where I needed it to be, and then I just adjusted all of the other paintings around it. So I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. My family is still there. A lot of the pieces that I have actually around my apartment are from Raleigh or from surrounding cities and towns. North Carolina is actually a big furniture hub in the US, and I've been very fortunate to go to some amazing stores and find these wonderful pieces. And so I have a lot of my hometown here with me in this apartment in New York City, which I think is pretty special. I believe it's more sustainable to shop secondhand, and the pieces are of better quality. I have a lot of solid wood pieces, which I really appreciate. In this dresser, I have my table linens that I use to decorate my dining table with, but I also keep my art supplies in here. Because this space is multifunctional, it is my workspace for my normal job, it is my dining area, but it also is my space for my little studio. And on top of painting, I also love to entertain. I love to throw dinner parties and cook. And so this space really does it all, including the kitchen, which is for New York City, a really large kitchen. When I moved in, all that existed was just this cabinetry and the appliances. So what I did was I bought this fairly industrial looking wire rack that I knew could hold a lot. It holds basically everything. It acts as my storage space for my pantry. It also holds all of my very heavy machinery. I also added this butcher block counter table. My goal was to add as much more counter space as possible. I added these cafe curtains to hide the clutter underneath. The poles, the rods were magnetic. The rods of my table are also metal. And when I purchased these rods, everything just fit perfectly. And I love the look of these French style striped cafe curtains to kind of just hide the clutter and underneath. One renter-friendly upgrade that I'm pretty proud of was to add this vinyl peel and stick tile backsplash. I have always loved the look of a gorgeous tile, and unfortunately because I rent, I could not install it myself. But I got inspired by a video on TikTok with these, I believe they're called smart tiles, and they're literally peel and stick. And I thought this would add just such a unique, more beautiful dimension to my kitchen. And a lot of people are surprised that it's peel and stick because I think from a distance they look real. So the bathroom is a pretty standard New York City sized apartment bathroom. I love this idea of greens and blues and plants and flowers in a bathroom, and I just wanted to incorporate that as much as I could into that very small space. And then the shower curtain was something that I actually had custom made. I picked out the fabric, thought it would make a beautiful piece for the bathroom. So as you can see, I have a very long and very narrow hallway, and I just had to utilize as much space as I possibly could for my needs. So I have a coat rack as soon as you walk in where I hang up my coat, and also Bootsie's leash and harness. And then I come a little farther in, I drop my bags on this stool here and my keys on this table, and this is kind of just my drop zone. This is a storage piece. It holds my linens and my towels, bedding, and just other miscellaneous items that don't have a home. Welcome to my bedroom. I wanted flowers. I adore flowers. So I just embellished and adorned my space with greens and pinks and teals that kind of emulated this feeling of being in a flower garden. This is one of my favorite pieces, and it actually was a Facebook Marketplace find. I had this vision in mind, and I saw it on Etsy of these beautiful tall boy dressers that were painted and colored. And I thought, that is so beautiful. They were also very expensive on Etsy. And I'm thinking, you know what? If I find the right piece, maybe I could recreate it myself. So fortuitously, in North Carolina, somebody was selling this tall boy dresser for, I think, 70 bucks. And we hired a furniture retoucher to paint it. I gave him the color that I wanted. He also updated the hardware to make it more modern. And I actually just kind of decorated around this piece because I just loved the color of it. Then came the curtains, and then came the bedspread with its blushes. I really wanted a unique headboard for my bed. This is another vintage consignment find, also from North Carolina. As soon as I saw the colors, I knew that I wanted to just build my bedroom around this piece. And it coordinated so beautifully with my dresser. So this is a photograph that I've had with me for many years, and it is a photo of my great-grandmother and her identical twin sister and their parents. They settled here, I believe, like in 1901, 1902. And they gave birth to actually a set of twin girls who unfortunately passed away in infancy. And to ease their grief, it's been said that my great-great-grandparents actually strolled across the Brooklyn Bridge every day just to kind of ease that pain. And a couple years later, they gave birth to another set of identical twin girls, which happened to be my great-grandmother and her twin sister. I'm Jewish, and I grew up in a Jewish household in the South, and my mother always decorated the house with just these beautiful Judaic pieces. She actually ran the Judaic gift shop at our synagogue, and I became inspired by all these just beautiful, beautiful pieces, and I knew that as soon as I felt more settled into my own home, I wanted to incorporate those as well. Several menorahs and a Seder plate and Shabbat candles, and they all get used. But they also just add these beautiful touches to my apartment. Touches of my heritage, my background, and just sources of beauty and joy and pride. A healthy home to me is a place where I could be unabashedly myself and welcoming to anybody else who comes into my dwelling. Because I love to entertain, because I love hosting my friends and family, I want this space to feel like a place where they can just come in and relax and eat something wonderful.